All right, you guys. So salute to everybody that's tapped in. Ticket TV, like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate all y'all coming through today, man. You know, and I was very disappointed and bothered today. Once I heard what happened, and once I heard what was going on with Coach Primetime Deion Sanders' son Sheduer. Now I don't watch the NFL football as everybody knows, but I follow Sheduer Sanders because I support the Sanders family. I love what Primetime Deion Sanders has done with his sons and just with his family in general. Just as being a great leader as a black father, I love what he's done with his sons and helping them, push them to be successful in anything in life that they do. What I didn't like is what happened and what's been happening with Shadur and what happened today. So if you guys don't know what's been going on with Shadur on your screen, first of all, it started on NFL draft night where Shadur Sanders was basically uh, supposed to have been taught a lesson by NFL teams. Uh, what they did was is basically blackball him from being drafted in the first round, which cost him millions and millions and millions of dollars. Um, and so this really hurt his value. Uh, you know, hold on, you guys. Hold on one second. Okay. This hurt his value a lot, and this put him in a bad situation as far as, it hurt his money, but Shadur already got money, so he wasn't really tripping. But he's supposed to be drafted in the first round, and then they push him to the fifth round, and all you've heard is all this negative, borderline racist talk on, Cleveland Sports Talk Radio. I listen to the radio show every day, and just on the mainstream media and the news. They have put a stereotype and a stigma on this dude, and he hasn't even said anything to get that to come to him. They've just tried to do everything they could to destroy this guy. So they even made him the third string quarterback and said he was not going to be available this entire season. At the beginning of the season, they said he was not going to play this entire season, that he only was going to be an emergency situation. That's if all the quarterbacks in front of him got hurt and it was an emergency situation that they needed him. Well, that plan went down the drain fast as the first quarterback they had was a veteran guy, and he played like ass. So they benched him. Then they put a young guy up there who they drafted over Shadur Sanders, who is his teammate named Dylan Gabriel. And this guy came and sneak dissed his own teammate in an interview on national TV. He sneak dissed Shadur Sanders, basically calling him an entertainer. You know what I'm saying? Instead of an athlete and a football player, which we all caught. He denied. Shadur Sanders approached him directly about it. He denied it, which showed that he's a coward and he doesn't have any heart. Well, the mainstream media and the radio people have still been going in on Shadur, disrespecting him. You've had buck dancers on YouTube like Emmanuel Acho, who do anything he can do, what I'm saying, to please his bosses so he can get back on national TV, which is anything to throw Shadur Sanders under the bus and make him feel lesser than, right? But then still at the same time screaming, I like Deion. You a clown and you a fake and you a fraud and you a phony. The same way you sat up there and talked that stuff about Joy Taylor, talking about how hard she worked for that job and just started stiffing your fingers. We caught you, dog. We already know what's up. But anyways, though, back to what I was saying about this situation. So basically, they traded the first quarterback they had a few days ago. Out of the blue, they just traded him. Then the quarterback that they put up, Dylan Gabriel, there was reports all week long that Shadur Sanders still wasn't caught up. And, there was a report that he wasn't doing what he's supposed to do. He wasn't sitting in the front of the classes at the practices, and all this was lies, and this was all debunked after a coach came on who's Caucasian by the name of Rex Ryan, chastising Shadur Sanders for no reason, even though he was completely wrong. He never gave an apology. So basically, what happened is that the rumors were that Sheduer was still not doing well. He wasn't caught up, and that he was going to stay as the third string quarterback. Something wrong with my audio? Let me switch up. Hold on, y'all. Something wrong with my audio is no problem. I can switch up. That ain't no problem, you guys. I switch up right now. Ain't no thing but a chicken wing on the string from Burger King, baby. I fix that right now. We ain't got to hold on, y'all. Don't go nowhere. I got you. So we back at it, y'all, right? So, basically, on from that, you guys, what happened is that um, they continued to bash this guy and lie on him, make up lies in the media to try to degrade him and make him seem like he just isn't worthy, he isn't good. They hate the fact that his father was flashy and fly and backed up his talk on the field. Sheduer Sanders backed up his talk on the field when people said when he went over, and you guys remember the big fuss when he left the HBCU, when he left Jackson State. It was a lot of black folks that was mad at this dude. Well, people had to understand that they were talking trash about him when he was at Jackson State, saying that he wasn't good enough to play at the Division I top level. So that's exactly what he did. He went to the Division I top level, right? Um, Jerome, you said too much what? Too much? Okay, bye. You blocked. You can get your ass out of here. You ain't gotta tell me. Just let me know, and I'll put my foot on your ass and kick you out of here. So just like I just did. So back to what I was saying, you guys. And so, the racism was clear. It was clear all the way through that first season. They went over there to Colorado. It was clear through the second season. And it was clear in the aftermath when Sheduer Sanders was ready to go for the draft, right? All this was because of the hatred of Deion Sanders, the fact that he was outspoken and, he has the utmost confidence in himself. You know what I'm saying? People hate that. They hate when black folks have confidence in themselves, right? So basically, we get to the NFL situation, right? And you're just seeing all the hatred that's being spit on against Sheduer Sanders all over TV. This dude ain't really saying that. No other third string quarterback gets interviewed except for Sheduer Sanders in NFL history, except for Sheduer Sanders. The media has some type of affection with this guy. He doesn't even do anything, right? But they put all these stereotypes on him, say he ain't doing this, ain't doing that. But then every time you see pictures or you hear his teammates, they say differently, right? The coach didn't even want to say the guy's name this entire time. That's how bad it was, right? But now it seems like the coach has been overruled because today they had to name him at least the backup quarterback, which is not what he's satisfied with or we're satisfied with. We're not going to be satisfied till he's in his proper position as the number one guy on the team, which he's supposed to be, right? Number one quarterback, right? But anyways, the fact that they named this guy the second quarterback today on the team, it brought out all the racists today, man. So every racist and they mama came on YouTube and all over social media talking about this kid like a dog. And I'm talking about some of the most hate-filled vitriol that you will ever hear or experience. And I'm talking about this is some of the most disgusting, nasty, vile, foul things that I've ever heard said on the internet today. All because they named this man and they put him one play because now the pressure is on that boy that's in front of him. He better play great. He better play great because his greatness standing right behind him. And now everybody knows they can't take back this dude being a step behind you. So now all the fans and all the people who support Sheduer, who knows this guy is the real deal and he can play, now the pressure's on. For real, for real. Not only on the coach, not only on the quarterback, right? But on the entire organization to do the right thing because the fans are what pay their salaries and what keep the lights on. The fans, a lot of them is split. A lot of them are behind Sheduer. A lot of them are racist, straight up. And you seen the racism come out. I'm talking about it was cold-blooded racism come out today when they made that announcement. That was sad, what I saw online today when the coach had to come out and make that announcement. They wanted to hold this boy down so bad. They hate primetime Deion Sanders so much. I want y'all to think about something. This dude that I put on your screen criticized primetime Deion Sanders for having on a gold cross chain and a hat. But this dude, he was in all these pictures wearing these gold doogie chains. It just wasn't shining as bright as primetime Deion Sanders chain was. So he hated that. So he used his entire platform, as he's supposed to be a saved guy who's a great guy. He used his entire platform to ridicule and criticize not only Coach Primetime Deion Sanders, but he went as low to doing it to his son too. Some of the most despicable stuff that you've ever heard. And today, I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. Some of the most disgraceful things that I will not even put on YouTube on this screen have been said online since they named this dude this. They have tried to make this almost a race war. And I think that it's dishonorable and it's disgraceful. They have tried to make this a black and brown race war because Dylan Gabriel and Sheduer Sanders are from different descent. And so they've tried to make this a race thing where you hear the vitriol coming out of these people because this boy is going to more than likely get his opportunity because that pressure is just too big for this other dude that's they propped it up in front of him. And see, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm proud of Sheduer because he's doing it all the right way. He's not out here trying to cause trouble. He's just going in there, putting in the work. And all these haters and all these people are gonna have to shut their mouth when this boy get on the field, man. And you know what? You hate to see it go like this. But I'm gonna tell you, everybody that's listening to this video and the sound of my voice tonight, I'm kind of happy it's going like this because it's proving a point. You can't break this dude, man. He cut from a different cloth. His daddy was cut from a different cloth. His daddy don't have 16 surgeries right now. His daddy just had another surgery to stop blood clots. And what did he do? He got his ass up out of that hospital bed and walked right back to the practice to coach his team. Shout out to Primetime Deion Sanders. That's a warrior. That's a real man. That's real heart, spirit, soul, commitment, and dedication. And that boy get it from his father, where he's hard-nosed. It's tough. You ain't going to be able to break him. They want to break him so bad. In front of the whole world, they want to buck break this boy. And they can't do it because the bloodline he comes from, he his daddy's son. Like Kwame Brown said, he is daddy's son, right? They're not going to be able to break that. He his mama's son, right? They're not going to be able to break that. And I just want this brother to know all the hatred and the vitriol that he's going to get. You know, it's sad to still see this going on in this era where people still are willing to get down like this. But, you know, you learn in every situation, man. You live and you learn. And so, you know, I just pray that the blessings are with him at all times. You know they are. Because I'm going to tell y'all something, man. These next couple of weeks, you guys are, if you guys pay attention, it's going to be very, very heated in what goes down. There's going to be a lot of nasty things that are said coming forward. And see, they can't get him on nothing personal because he lives his life the right way. He's a good dude. So they can't get him on nothing really off the field. They try to get him with some speeding tickets, but he stopped that immediately. And they can't get him with nothing else. And you know they want to. And so the boy's a good kid, man. He's a good kid, man. It makes me upset that we have so much hatred and vitriol in our world that you still got to see this type of stuff. But the boy is strong-minded, man. And he gonna survive. All of it. And I got a lot of respect for Sheduer Sanders, man. I want him to be great and get through all of this hate and all this adversity and all this racism. That's why I want him to win so bad. See, when you overcome that, there ain't no better feeling than to overcome all that, y'all. I don't know if you guys, and I'll tell y'all this before I leave tonight. Every year I play pro basketball, When I go on the road and go to those arenas and all those crowds are going crazy, cursing you out, screaming all kind of crazy stuff at you, I live for that shit. I live for that moment. Some people can't handle that moment. I internalize that moment. I live for that. And I want to go in there and seek and destroy everything in front of me. And then give it to the crowd. I always felt great when I could go on the road and shut a crowd up. Whether it was racist, whether they were just, because I've seen all kind of crowds. I've seen racists. I've seen, just hecklers. I've seen it all. But I love to go on the road and shut them up, man. Stick it right to them. I loved it. Because there's nothing that they can do to stop you on the court. And when Sheduer's on the field, there's nothing they can do to stop this brother. Guy got his hands on this brother. There's nothing they can do to stop him, man. And so you guys, let me know what y'all think, man. If y'all looking on the internet, y'all looking online, y'all probably see a lot of the comments on Twitter, on YouTube comment posts, on Facebook about this whole situation. You'll see a lot of stuff on Reddit as well. Racist stuff going at this kid, man. And I'm talking about extreme level. But, God got that brother, man. And, he going to bring all his enemies to his feet. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Like, share, subscribe. Hey, I really appreciate you guys for supporting the channel, supporting the network. Like, share, and subscribe. Once again, there are links. Get the free membership on our website. That way you guys won't miss any of our news update stories or videos. They're all on the website, ticketvmedia.com. You go over there. You can go right to the members part and become a free member. That way you guys will get all the updates. Also, straight drought weight loss formula. Make sure y'all go tap in and copy some of that, as well as subscribing to our podcast show. Link will be pinned at the top of the chat down there below. And also, we just appreciate all y'all who support the channel. Cash App, PayPal.